In the far-flung realm of Virelia, where glowing mushrooms lit up ancient caves and rivers shimmered in neon blue, a legend stirred within pixelated whispers, a tale of the Drogan Ball. A flickering sun dawned on the village of Luma Hollow, its rooftops made of pixel-perfect wood and moss. Among the villagers, a scrappy sprite named Zilo dreamed of more than delivering mail or harvesting pixelberries. Zilo had fire in his code and an old map stitched into his leather satchel, a map handed down by his grandfather, who once claimed to have seen the Drogan Ball with his own glowing eyes. "The Drogan Ball holds a secret," Gramps had said, his voice crackling like a glitched bite. Not just power, but memory. Memory of the old code before the world was fragmented. That morning, Zilo stood on the ridge overlooking the bit-cracked mountains, the map in one hand and a glowing compass in the other. He took a deep breath, adjusted his goggles and leapt down into the unknown. The mountains were riddled with old enemies, glitched bats, crumbling golems, and shadowy bugs that fed on light. But Zilo, nimble and determined, zipped past them with a dash here, a slash there, collecting mana shards and dodging fire traps like he was born for it. 3 days in, he reached the Gate of Forgotten Frames, a jagged ruin of digital decay. The sky above flickered, looping in strange patterns. Here the air buzzed with corrupted data, and even Zilo's boots started to glitch. He tapped his chest sprite. "Stay tight," he muttered, and stepped through. Inside, time itself lagged. Ghosts of old heroes flickered along the walls, sprites, who had sought the Drogan Ball before and failed. One spoke, its voice like a chime. "The Drogan Ball is not for power, it is for balance. He who seeks it must offer a memory." Zilo frowned. A memory? But the spirit vanished. Past pixelated waterfalls and lava pits, he reached the Core Nexus, a room glowing gold and violet. Floating in the center, suspended in a beam of humming light, was the Drogan Ball. It pulsed with deep color, like it contained all the shades of the sprite world. Zilo approached. His fingers brushed it, and suddenly he saw a vision unfolded. Virelia before the War of the Fragments, when sprites lived as one with the old code. He saw himself, not as he was, but as a piece of a greater program, dancing in unity with the others. The Drogan Ball held the lost code, the original source from which their world was born, but to claim it he had to give something up. "Offer a memory," the voice echoed again. "One you cherish most." Zilo hesitated. He thought of his grandfather, of the warm fire they sat by, of bedtime tales and laughter in 8-bit tones. That memory warmed him, fueled his quest. To lose it? He gritted his teeth, then bowed his head. "Take it." The room burst in radiant pixels. The Drogan Ball pulsed, then floated toward Zilo. As it merged into his chest, light enveloped him. When he awoke, he was back at the village, standing outside his house. But something was missing. He walked inside. His grandfather's chair sat empty, his tools undisturbed. No picture of him on the wall, no memory of him in Zilo's mind, just a faint warmth he couldn't place. Yet the world around him had changed. Luma Hollow was brighter, the land humming with harmony. Broken data streams now flowed smoothly. The bugs that once attacked the village were gone. Zilo placed his hand on his chest. The Drogan Ball's glow was faint but steady. He didn't remember why he started his journey, but he knew he had fulfilled something ancient, something vital, and somewhere beyond the fragments of code and time, the old world whispered thanks.